It was empire on a scale that has never been equaled. Mysterious, violent in the extreme, and endlessly inventive. Only one empire has survived for 4,000 years: China. All-powerful emperors mobilized immense peasant armies for feats of engineering unparalleled in human history. A gilded tomb with rivers of flowing mercury.
It's hard to believe that something like that could be purely the product of human labor.
The world's longest canal. A naval fleet mightier than any that had ever put to sea. But none can compare to the monument that would change the face of the earth. The Great Wall of China.
This is the biggest project management in history.
And yet, dynasty after dynasty, consumed by vanity and greed, would be toppled from power when the people rose up and oppression turned to destruction.
At the dawn of civilization, the Chinese were there, and they are still here. Hello, I'm Peter Weller. When the Egyptians were building their pyramids, the Chinese already had sumptuous palaces for their kings. When Rome was planning its soaring aqueduct that would bathe its citizens and quench their thirst, the Chinese were redirecting an entire river by blowing up a mountain before gunpowder and building a dam that would irrigate thousands and thousands of acres of land and launch a population explosion the world had never seen.
"4,000 years ago, Chinese civilization rose and spread across a vast area, 1/3 larger than the United States. But for centuries, China was in turmoil. Separate kingdoms battled for power and control. Conflict and combat ravaged the land.
China was, as we think of it today, more or less, was made up of a number of states, all of which were fighting with one another for supremacy. The period was called the Warring States.
By the 3rd century BC, one kingdom emerged as the most powerful and the most ruthless. A western province home to a hostile, warlike people. They were ambitious, forbidding, and determined to conquer and unite all 7 kingdoms. They were called the Qin. Their unification of this vast land would create an empire like no other the world has ever seen.